I think the main mistake that many wingers do when they're crossing the ball is to drive the ball too deep in the end line, where this gives opportunity for the opposition's defenders to come back in the 18 and defend the ball, as well as gives their goalkeeper a better position for them to come out and grab the ball. Going too deep on the line also gives a very bad angle for you to actually cross the ball. So your consistency actually drops quite a bit when you go too far down on the field to wait for a cross. I'm gonna tell you that something I figured out that's been way more consistent for me when I'm delivering those crosses. Crossing the ball in the 2/3 of the field instead of going too far down on the field. So what this will do is actually gives you better angle for you to cross the ball, as well as it gives you the enough distance where the ball is gonna go from the goalkeeper as well as from the opposition's defenders, and gives your strikers a better chance to actually meet the ball at the perfect area where there's not too many defenders or goalkeeper actually bothering your strikers. So to do this, when you're playing on the wide side of the field, when you immediately receive the ball, set yourself up, quickly lift your head up, see who is in there, and then make your cross. And ideally, this is about 2/3 of the field towards the opposition side. And trust me, this will be a lot more unpredictable for the opposition's defenders as well as their goalkeepers, because the angle that you're gonna be crossing the ball from is gonna be much further and in a much direct angle towards the 18, where you're gonna be able to get way better curve from the ball. And the better curve you get from this, it's gonna be harder for the opposition's defenders to deal with these types of balls. When you are crossing these balls from that area of the field, you wanna aim for the penalty mark in the 18. And because this is a perfect place, it's just far enough from the goalkeeper as well as from the opposition's defenders. So right in between them. So which creates confusion as well. When you make the cross, the opposition is having a hard time understanding who needs to make the first move towards the ball, whether it's the goalkeeper or your defender. Plus, hopefully, your striker will be right there to actually make the first connection before their goalkeepers or the defenders. So ideally, you want to aim for the penalty mark as well as about 3 meters high with the decent power behind it. And proper technique to cross the ball is you want to give the ball enough curve from outside to inside. The way to achieve this is to hit the ball with the inside of your foot to this part of the ball. You also want to keep a decent body composure as you're connecting with the ball. You don't want to be leaning too far forward over the ball, or you don't want to be leaning too far back, because leaning too far forward will not give the enough height to the ball. But if you're leaning too far back, now you are lifting the ball really high. So you want to be just over it, almost like straight body, but keeping your head down or from your neck will give just enough composure towards the ball to get the perfect height as the ball is traveling. The other important thing before you actually cross the ball is how you receive the ball. So when you are receiving the ball, just as ball is coming towards you, lift your head up and see who's making the run inside the 18. So you know if you should actually cross or if you should take a touch and go back, play to the other side. Because it's very important that you're not memorizing your next move, that you know one of your teammates or a couple of your teammates are making this run towards the 18. Or you can observe how many defenders are in there, or if the goalkeeper where he's supposed to be, whether in the net or too far out, because if the goalkeeper is too far out, now there is no point you actually crossing the ball, because most likely they're gonna use the advantage of their hands and grab the ball. So you don't want that. So you wanna actually, before you receive the ball, lift your head up and actually observe all this stuff happening in the 18. Something I do myself personally, before every game, I will talk to my teammates and I will tell them, as the ball is being played towards me, make your run. Because if I take the ball and I make the first touch and I turn around and lift my head up and my teammates are just starting to make their run, it's too late for me to cross the ball. Run from your striker or your other winger has to be started already as you are receiving the ball, so it's not too late for your teammates to be in the 18 when you're crossing the ball. Because as a winger, your awareness needs to be very, very good for you to actually see all this happening before it actually happens. This kind of stuff, communication with your teammates, as well as your awareness, looking up, lifting your head up and looking inside the box is gonna give you this awareness that you need. You're gonna get the full potential from your crosses as you are approaching to cross the ball. Because you should never cross the ball just because you can cross the ball. You need to have a purpose as you're crossing the ball. And if there's nobody inside from your team in the 18, then there's no point crossing the ball. So you wanna keep the ball as a team instead of rushing it towards the opposition's net. I hope you learned something from this video, and please drop a like, subscribe to my channel with the notifications on. You can also find my playlist here. Thanks for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed this video. See you next time.